Please welcome Max Mittleman.
Hey everybody. Hi. This is fun. I'm afraid to sit on the couch for whatever reason.
It might swallow you. Yeah, you're good.
This is great.
Don't. It's a loner, so don't mess it up. All right?
Oh, sorry. Is that why there's a tag coming out of it? Yeah. Hi everyone. Welcome to the convention. This is Bell County Comic Con, and it's my first time in Austin.
Oh, it is?
So yeah. Well, I guess this isn't Austin, but
Central Texas.
I flew into Austin.
Okay.
It's my first time in this area.
Okay.
It's my first time in this convention center for sure.
What's it like for you to be? I mean, just coming up. I mean, you've done Comic Cons, but when you come here and you see the impact you've had on everybody, you just see all these people. It's got to be a reminder for you of the importance of what you do. What is that like?
It's super rad. First of all, you know, you're in like solitary confinement when you're doing voiceover most times. At least for anime, you know, you're in a booth by yourself, and you don't really get to see the impact of your work. Even when it airs on TV, you know, you're at home. You don't know how many people are watching it or what it's like for them. So it's fun to come here and meet the people who are fans, and it's not just fun, but it's kind of touching to hear. There's a lot of people that come up to me and talk about how much the shows and the games that I do mean to them, and yeah, it's really awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so like your character Saitama, do you kind of maintain that same workout regimen?
Do I?
Do you think it's possible?
Yeah, sure.
Show the guy.
No, listen. Don't try it. Don't try the workout routine. 100. For those of you who don't know, it's 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, 100 push-ups, and a 10-kilometer run. Now,
Every day.
it's doable every day. It's doable, except for the 10-kilometer run part every single day for 3 years. That'll wreck your knees, you guys.
Yeah.
Don't do it. There's like YouTube videos of guys who try the workout, and it's a giant fail every time. Yeah.
How about your voice? What do you do to work that out? I mean, as far as, is there anything you do to prepare it for such a big role?
My voice, well, I mean, I do my little warm-ups in the morning, you know, as I'm driving to the session. That includes me singing along to whatever Justin Bieber song is playing in the car.
Hey.
That's about it. That's what I do to prepare. For the character, however, when I get an audition, I'll get the audition sides. I'll get like a breakdown of who the character is, and then I'll get maybe a picture of the character. If it's anime, most times the anime is already out. I can watch the show. Like for One Punch Man, what I did was I got 5 auditions. It was I auditioned for Saitama, Genos, Moomin Rider, Amaya Mask, and Speed of Sound Sonic. And I was like, I'm probably be in the running for Speed of Sound or something. But when I got those auditions, I thought I got a friend. I got a friend from those auditions. I got a call from my friend Ray, who plays Puri Puri Prisoner in the show, and he goes, "Dude, did you get the auditions?" I was like, "Yeah, but it's I get it. It's anime." He's like, "No, you got to watch the show." I was like, "No, it's anime. I'm just gonna record. It's anime. I get it." He's like, "No, you don't understand. This is different." And I was like, "Okay, I'll watch the first episode." So I watched the first episode, and I binged the next 11. And then I really wanted to get it. And then the only character I wanted was Saitama. So but I got a better idea of who the character was from watching the show. It was actually really cool to do it that way. And it was like a 2-month-long audition process. And then, callbacks galore, and finally booked the character. But most times, if it's not anime, if it's like original animation, say for anything that I do, say for Spider-Man, because I'm Harry Osborn in Spider-Man on Disney XD, right? So for that, like I would get the sides, I would get the breakdown, who the character is, pick out keywords, you know, little adjectives that describe them, kind of work through it's called copy, the script that you get, work through it a couple times, let the character and the voice kind of melt together and sink in, and record it and let it go.
How did you get your big break? What was your big break?
I still haven't gotten my big break. That I feel like that there's no such thing as a big break for voice acting, because you can do something that you think is cool and awesome and big and nobody really knows you still in the world of in the industry of like the casting part of things.
Yeah.
So I don't know. When people say how did you break into the industry, I don't have an answer because I don't think I did. I think I still have to compete for every single role that I go out for, that I get. Like, I have to win them. I have to go up against hundreds of other voice actors. So nobody's just kind of throwing roles at me or giving, throwing offers at me like they would like an on-camera talent, like a Brad Pitt or something, where they call him and they go, hey, here's 20 scripts, choose which one you want to do. That's definitely not my world.
All right, so you were saying you did some research on One Punch Man before you auditioned. We just got done talking with Caitlin Glass and Elizabeth Maxwell. Sometimes they don't have the time to research their shows beforehand, but you get to sit down, watch the anime beforehand, get an idea who the characters are. You just like read the manga with that as well, or what all? Like, you have the time to. What are some of your other hobbies?
What are some of my hobbies aside from getting in the booth? That's a great question. It's a very roundabout way of getting there. Went from Saitama to hobbies. Well, like Saitama, I'm always looking for a challenge. I play Overwatch. Yeah, I'm a Junkrat main. And what else do I do? I play video games and I make music. I produce music.
What kind of music?
Like electronic type stuff.
If these guys wanted to hear your stuff, where could they hear it? Come on, I mean,
it's not out there yet.
Okay.
It'll be out there soon.
Okay.
Soon enough. And in high school, I used to beatbox. I don't do that too much anymore. But ooh, that's loud. Okay. So anyway.
hey, how about that? Yeah.
No. Can I tell you guys a funny story? I'll tell you guys a funny story. So in high school, I used to do Snoop Dogg's "Drop It Like It's Hot." So I was doing that, and I was trying to teach a friend how to do it, and he was doing it all throughout one of our classes, and I was like, "Bro, you got to stop doing that. Bro, you got to stop doing that," because he was like. And I was like, you're not getting it, just stop. And the teacher afterwards was like, you two, stay behind. And I was like, uh-oh, here it comes. And everybody clears out, and he goes, if you two ever do that bebop in my class again, I'll expel you from this school. And I was like, sure you will. We were seniors. Y'all know. Can't tell seniors what to do.
I gotta ask, what other kind of work do you do that would surprise these guys?
That would surprise people?
Yeah.
Voiceover wise or other stuff?
No, Hollywood wise.
Other stuff?
Yeah. I mean, you've got a big, you got the comedy going on.
Oh yeah. Well, me and a couple friends, Ray Chase and Robbie Damon, we have a group called Loud, Annoying, and Very Annoying. At Loud Annoying on Twitch, we have a stream. Anybody fans of Persona 5? Yeah? Woo! So I'm in the game, I play Ryuji. Robbie plays Akechi, and Ray is the famed subway announcer of the game, everybody's favorite character. So we're all in the game, we've never played, we're playing through the entire game right now on Twitch. It's super fun if you guys want to watch, it's twitch.tv/loudannoying. And yeah, so I do that. I'm producing a game right now, I'm making a game. Making music. What else? What else am I doing on my own? That's about it.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. And I like to go to cons with those two guys, and we have a comedy show that we do at cons, improv and sketch comedy, and with games and stuff. Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, I can tell.
Now tell me, do some of your fans, do they feel like just a twinge of disappointment when they see you don't have the same hairstyle Aside from
the same hairstyle,
Yeah.
which is no hair. No, yes, probably. I don't know. They don't tell me. Yeah, they probably are disappointed.
you could probably rock it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll go without.
How do you prepare? I mean, for some of these episodes and for some of these characters, how do you prepare?
How do I prepare? Well, it's, you know, when I get the auditions, I'll
Yeah.
see the descriptions, I'll do that whole thing. If I book a role, you kind of work it out with the director when you get there, when you get to the session. So like, I'll be in the recording booth. Let's see if I can paint a picture. Like,
Are you always alone, or are you usually with the cast, or are you usually alone?
if I'm doing original animated stuff like Ben 10 or Spider-Man or Thundercats, Roar, then I'm with a group of people. So like Spider-Man, I think one day we had like, I think we had like 12 or 13 people in the room, which is insane because sometimes the studio is like half the size of this stage, and when you're trying to squeeze that many microphones and people in the room. But to paint a picture, like, say this is the recording side of things, you got mics here, say it's us, yeah? And so you would have a mic stand in front of you, music stand with a script, and then there's a big pane of glass here, and on the other side is like the engineer and the producers and the writers. And so but the way that I'll sort of work out a character is with the director. The director will talk to the producers and the writers and be like, what is this, is what Max is doing, does that align with how you picture the character to sound like and act? And they will say either yes or no and tell the director why.
Are they there? The writers there?
Yeah, well, typically for like the first couple sessions to hammer out like who the character is. And so I'll work through it in the first session or two. And after that, that's it. You've got it. It's locked in.
How hard is it by yourself to find that voice? You know, when you're not with the cast, it's not like Spider-Man.
You know,
it's just you in a booth.
You got to make choices. You got to make strong choices. If you're going generic, then you're probably not going to get the role. But at the same time, if you're making the wrong choices, you're probably not going to get the role.
Yeah.
The difference is if you're making the wrong choices but they are strong, you're going to get remembered. And you'll make an impression, and casting directors will remember you for the future. So I make bold choices as much as possible. And that means digging into my arsenal of voices and, you know, my acting training, and yeah. So I dig in that way. Yeah, at this point it's easier than it used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be a little more difficult for me because when you're first starting out, it's difficult for anyone because you don't really know what you're in for, how to do the thing that you're being told to do. So you're just kind of making guesses. I'm still making guesses. That's why, because I'm not talking to the writer producers every single audition, so I'm still guessing a lot. But
And I know on-screen acting people talk about this, but just my curiosity is, I kind of have such an interest in this voiceover stuff. Is there an ad-libbing that goes on with is it a little more confined when you're doing a voiceover work, or can you ad-lib?
You can ad-lib for sure in the audition. They can choose to use it or not. Usually, you got to leave like a little space for them to chop off the ad-lib.
Oh, so that's how that goes. So you'll ad-lib, give a couple beats, and then
Yeah.
go back.
So if the line is like, "Who ate my pancakes?" You could be like, "Hey, who ate my pancakes?" And then you left that little space so they can chop off the hay if they don't like it.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I will say, as far as ad-libbing goes, like, you do have to make the character your own, right? That's what they want to see. Like I said, strong choices. So if a line doesn't say to laugh, but clearly it makes sense for you to laugh on that line, laugh, because that's what your character would do.
Yeah.
And then if they don't want that, the director will direct you out of it. But like, you do have to make those kinds of choices for sure.
So out of those strong choices, what is one of your most memorable roles that you personally love?
Ooh.
Like, who's your favorite character that you've done?
That's tough. I get that question a lot, but I always say it's like picking children because I love all of them. I heard an actor say one time that his favorite role is the one he's currently doing, and I kind of agree with that because I just enjoy doing the work a lot. So you know, Saitama's fun, King is fun, Ryuji is fun. They're all fun. I can't pick. I like them all for different reasons, and I can relate to them a little bit. You know, each one of them. Like Your Lie in April, which is a really sad anime. I like doing that because it's a really sad anime. Like it's different than a lot of stuff that I do. But I also really enjoy doing comedy stuff. I like doing adult cartoon comedy, you know, and or fart kid comedy like Breadwinners on Nickelodeon, you know. So it's all super fun for me.
How is your energy when you come out of the booth? I mean, you know, you give it all. I mean, so when you come out of the booth, are you exhausted? Do you need some time alone, or you know?
No. Listen. I'm making cartoons, all right? Like
some people, yeah, but some people get exhausted by it.
That's true. It depends what you're doing. If I'm doing a really physical character, then I can be really tired. Okay. And I tend to physicalize a lot in the booth. But for the most part, I mean, I'm not an athlete. Like I'm not running a marathon, so it's not that bad. Okay. Yeah.
So, growing up, like, were you just wanting to get into voice acting? Like,
I didn't know it was a thing. No, I didn't know it was a thing. I thought
those are actual cartoon people talking.
Yeah, no, seriously, I never thought about it that much. It was just sort of a thing that was on TV, or like I would hear a commercial, and I always thought it was like the assistant of Coca-Cola doing the Coca-Cola commercial. You know what I mean? And then when I was 18, I found out that someone was like, voiceover. They said the words voiceover to me. I was like, oh, that's a job. Cool, okay. So, and what it is it's acting. It's voice acting. So, went to school for acting. For those who don't know, might as well tell this, but I was a pre-med in college.
Get out of here.
I did 4 years of pre-med.
Where'd you go?
I went to USC.
Okay.
I changed my major like 5 times, and I went from like, I was undecided to microcellular biology to neuroscience to biology to kinesiology, then back to biology, and then to theater. So I finally got my degree in theater after 4 years. I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, I'm gonna drop out of college, because I was failing all my classes and I hated pre-med everything. And she was like, just change your major, stupid. So I changed my major, and happily ever after. But around the same time I changed my major, I got an agent, started doing voiceover stuff, and knew that was the path I was destined to take.
What is the competition like? I mean, obviously you have separated yourself in the world of voiceovers as far as a working actor. What is the competition like, though, when a role comes up that you want, and you know a lot of other big guns in your industry want? I mean, what is that like?
Well, one of the cool things about voiceover is that the people who are doing it are really cool. There's no room to be a jerk in that industry. So, as far as competition goes, it's never too cutthroat. It's always friendly. I'm always happy when someone, you know, that I know books a role. It's super cool because that person is probably my friend, and I'm happy for him. So, it's not as I don't know, gossipy or cutthroat as maybe some people would like to believe, but yeah, it's fine. It's all good.
It's a tight-knit community.
Yeah, it is. It is. I work with my friends. That's what's so cool. I've made friends by working in this industry, and those people I work with often, and it's great.
Do you feel like there's people you can work with where you can plug right in now that you've been doing this for a little while, where the chemistry is there?
Yeah, all the time. All the time. On any show that I work with. It's fun for me because I came into voice acting kind of as a fan, but not really. I came in as an actor, but I'm also a fan of these people. I'll put it this way. I look up to, in the same way that whatever career you guys have, I'm sure you look up to someone else who's in that career. That's the way I see other people in the voice acting industry. And then you get to meet those people and work with them and realize that they're just super cool people. And they're not like, you know, otherworldly figures. They're just awesome people, you know? I could name drop, but I'd be name dropping for a while, so I won't.
I mean, it's like you said, it's nice that they're human beings too. And you know what? With hidden talents like beatboxing, it is pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What's the hardest part? And I'm sure you're going to minimize it, but what is the hardest part about your job?
The hardest part about my job, I don't know. Some people would say like the waiting to find out if you booked something, or like, I guess what's hard is you have to be okay with failure. You have to be okay with rejection. To be an actor and to be a voice actor, same thing. 95% of the stuff you go out for, sometimes 99% of the stuff, you're not going to book. You're just not going to book, and you got to be okay with that. Like I said, you're going up against the best of the best talent every single time. So that's tough, for sure. Yeah, the rejection, but eventually you just get used to it. That's part of the job. If that's still tough for you, like 5-10 years into the job, then maybe find a new job.
Hardest character you've ever had to do?
Toughest character?
Yeah, hardest role for you.
Hardest role? Vocally stressful was probably Battlefront, where I played the Quarren, who's like one of those tentacle guys, and he speaks in a different language, and he's always shouting every line. So that was super tough, vocally stressfully wise. But getting into character, oh man, I don't want to. I've reached, I feel like, a level in my career, like a level of proficiency where there's not too much that's too challenging. I hate to say that.
Well, no, that's why you're good.
Yeah. Well, I've worked really hard to get to where I am now and develop the skills that I have. So there's not too much that's like really difficult. I'm really trying to think. Stuff like Your Lie in April, like sad stuff, is tough because I don't know. It's just emotionally. It's not too difficult to access those emotions, but just to feel those emotions is tough.
We talked about what you produce. What do you consume as far as, are there television shows you're watching? Is there music that you love?
Yeah.
You binge watch stuff?
I just watched Chernobyl. Has anybody seen that?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you've seen Chernobyl. Holy smokes, you guys.
Yeah.
That was the most compelling piece of television I think I've ever seen, ever. Unbelievable. Because it's a true story. I mean, it doesn't get more real than that. It doesn't get more exciting than nonfiction.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, what else am I watching? Cartoons? I don't have cable. So I don't have TV. I don't watch, like I don't turn on the tube. But I consume a lot of stuff like through Netflix and HBO, and Game of Thrones fan, and what else am I watching?
What do you think about the last season of Game of Thrones?
Oh man, I don't know. Where do I stand on that?
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. It wasn't like extremely exciting, but it was fine.
Yeah.
They could have ended it a million different ways, and they chose one.
I think people have a hard time understanding, or maybe I think as fans we all get caught up, but it's hard to end those shows.
It's tough. They chose a route that nobody really takes, and so I thought it was smart in the way that people were talking about it, for sure. Yeah, about how average it was.
We can talk about Game of Thrones all day, but we want to get you guys involved right now. So if you have a question for Max, go ahead and raise your hand. We got 2 people going around with microphones, and they're gonna. You guys just go ahead and grab people. And if you don't mind, my man, if you could say your name first and then ask the question, so Max knows.
My name is Parker Bell. And,
Hey, Parker.
I loved watching your 7 Deadly Sins series.
Thank you.
And I thought you were by far my favorite character.
Heck yeah.
And I just like the fact that you could like carry a spear and turn it to like this gigantic golden one. It's pretty cool.
It's dope. My spear. What does it turn into? You said?
A giant golden one. I think it's a true chastity pole.
Yes, yes, yes. It also turns into a pillow, which is my favorite version of the spear, because then I get to lay down and take naps. So that's my favorite. Well, thank you so much.
I also
you
have a question.
Yes, let's hear it.
What was your favorite part in the 7 Deadly Sins?
Just my favorite part?
Yeah.
In general? Oh man, anytime Deanne shoots him down. You know, it's so funny to me, like that unrequited love is such a funny element of that show that he's so shy. He doesn't know how to tell Deanne that he loves her. But anytime she kind of tucks him in, you know, I don't know how else to say that. That's super fun. I also like his rivalry with Bond. That's also really fun. I like that the show has elements that are really serious, and then also elements that are really comedic. You know, that's super fun. Do you have a favorite part? You don't have the mic, but do you have a favorite part? Yeah? We'll talk about it later then. All right.
You're the man, Max. All right, another question right over here. Go ahead.
Yeah, John. So you mentioned that your friend Ray told you to watch One Punch Man before you went out for the audition.
Yeah.
How much did that actually change the way you auditioned for that character? Because I imagine if you just approached it kind of as like a stock anime, it would have been completely different portrayal.
Absolutely. I am very grateful to Ray for telling me to watch the show, because I would have just kind of played him as, I don't know how I would have played him. I would have played him as generic as possible. Because for a lot, I don't know. I guess it did have a description of the character, and it did have a picture, but that didn't really tell me much about who that character was. When you watch that show, you know that Saitama is wholly unique from any other character you've ever seen. And it was the same thing, like I had that reaction and I realized I needed to change him entirely. So yeah, it just would not have been the same at all. At all.
I think our next question is over here, Max.
So in the last episode of One Punch Man,
In season 1?
Yes.
Okay.
When you fought the alien, what do you think of the song in the theme song in the background?
The what in the background?
The theme song that y'all had in the show, of where you were fighting the king of the aliens in the final episode of season 1.
Are you talking about Boros?
Yes.
Yeah. What? So tell me again. What's your question about Boros?
What did you think about him as one of your opponents?
Oh, well, I thought he was a sick-looking opponent. I thought that if anybody had a chance to beat Saitama, it was that guy. He talked a big talk, right? Like, he had that whole speech about he's the most undefeatable, blah, 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 and then Saitama's just like, okay.
Because I have 2 questions. That was the first one.
Yes.
But you know how Genos and them, they had to fight that brown blob, that like Korean?
The brown blob? Oh wait, which one was that?
That was
Not
that was-
Gyurjungenshoop. No, that's Gyurjungenshoop
That's
is the
the-
tentacle psychic guy at the end.
That's
Yeah.
the brown blob that fights on the ground with the samurai warrior, Metal Knight,
Oh man.
putting prisoner.
Yeah.
And how do you think Saitama would think about him, just like how he thought about Boros? Like, how do you think he would think about him?
Oh, I mean,
Good
Like,
question.
he has to
I
fight
think-
all those heads, so it would take him a bit. So I think he would have like a ton of fun with him.
Oh, I think he'd have so much fun. Here's the thing about Saitama. I don't know if he takes any fight seriously. Like, I think he just knows that he's so good, he's so powerful. He can beat anyone in one punch. That, yeah, I think like with Boros, he didn't even care. He didn't even care that he was talking about being the strongest person in the universe. And Saitama's just like, yeah, whatever, let's fight. I'm gonna kill you now. Yeah, I mean, so that's the thing about Saitama is like, he's looking for the challenge, but at the same time, I think he knows in the back of his head, like, it's not out there. It's not. Nobody else has done his routine.
I think we got another question, Max, right over there.
Cool. Hi.
Max. You voice Atsushi
Yes.
in Bungo Stray Dogs,
Yes.
right? So
I call him sashimi.
Yeah.
So, what was it like voicing the transformation when he turns into a tiger in the first episode?
Oh boy, there was a lot of screaming in that, wasn't there? Yeah. What was it like? Hurt my throat.
Oh no.
No, it was great. That show was kind of unexpected for me. I didn't know anything about. That was a show that I didn't know anything about when I auditioned for it, and I got it, and I was really surprised, pleasantly surprised, because it's a really cool show. Like I really enjoyed the actual show itself and what it's about. So no, it was fun. It's always fun to do little transformations like that. Actually, the first thing I ever did was like a transformation. The first role I ever had was I was filling in for another actor for Ultimate Spider-Man who was doing the Rhino, Alex O'Hearn, who then turns into the Rhino. And so I had to do the whole transformation into the Rhino, and it was like, yeah, you know, he screams and then he's like, yeah. And that was the very first thing I ever did. So transformations are really fun.
So that's interesting. So your first role was you were filling in.
I was just filling in for someone else, yeah.
Well, now, what was that like? I mean, did you see that?
I was just happy to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, I was happy to be in the room.
Yeah.
In my head, I thought I broke into the industry after booking that one role for like an hour.
Yeah.
But that's not how it works, obviously. But I was so excited just to be there. It was my first thing ever. I felt like I worked towards, you know, for 3-4 years. I had just been prepping for that moment. It was so exciting. When you book your first role as an actor, it is the best feeling in the world. Yeah.
Next question.
Hi, Max.
Hi.
My name is Christy.
Hello.
I had a question about Bungo Stray Dogs.
Yes.
What was your favorite episode so far to record?
In Bungo?
And yes.
Oh man, my favorite episode. Well, I did enjoy recording Dead Apple. Speaking of screaming.
Yes, there's a lot of screaming in
Yes.
Dead Apple, a lot. And I had one more question. It's more of a favor. My best friend loves your work as Ryuji in Persona 5.
Uh-huh.
She really, really would like it if you would say "for real" in his voice.
For real?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How often do you get those requests?
Quite often. With Ryuji, there's actually a compilation video. It's very funny. Someone put together online of all the times that I say "for real" in the game. And so the whole video is me going, for real, for real, for real, for real.
What's that like? Is that a surreal moment when you look online and you see there's a compilation of all, you know?
Yeah, it's fun. I love that the fans are so excited that they
Yeah.
do little stuff like that. So yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
Hey, my name is Colby.
Hey.
I'm going to piggyback off that last one, question about Persona 5. Have you been contacted about Atlas yet about doing more voice work for Persona 5 Royal?
If I have, then I wouldn't be able to say.
Oh, gotcha. Have you played Persona 5?
I'm playing through it right now on the Twitch stream. I don't know if you were here, but twitch.tv/loudannoying, playing through the whole game for the first time.
Are you a video game head? You play a lot of video games?
I'm mostly a shooter, kind
Okay.
of first-person shooter. I'm very
You
competitive.
compete online?
Yes.
Okay. Could somebody be playing and then all of a sudden hear your voice?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question right there.
So, hi, my name is Zach. You
Hey, Zach.
What's up, Zach?
my copy earlier. Since you can't say anything about Royal because of NDA, since you're playing through Persona 5 right now, what's your favorite part so far?
What's my favorite part of the game? We're like 10 hours in. There's so much. I will say this. I love this game. I love this game. But there's a lot of exposition that goes on when you're first getting set up. So far, my favorite part is Kamoshida's pink, whatever he wears.
Enticing.
Yeah. That Speedo is gnarly. Also, it was Ryuji's birthday earlier in July, and we were streaming the night of Ryuji's birthday. So we got a cake that said "for real" on it, and then I made my friends Ray and Robbie eat a piece of cake every time Ryuji said "for real."
The cake didn't last long.
Cake didn't. No,
Yeah.
no, neither did their sanity.
All right, we got a question right there.
Yes, my
Hi.
name is Jackson.
Hey,
And I was wondering if there's any room for Genos to become a lot stronger, more like on the level of Saitama, in any possibility.
Boy, what a great question. I don't know, he's a cyborg. You would think, with the technology they have. No spoilers for season 2, because I haven't watched it yet. But I've watched the first 2 episodes. Give me a break. I don't know how much stronger he gets in that season, but I would imagine it's like adding RAM to a computer, right? Like just upgrade his hardware, and then he gets better.
So going back to season 2.
Yeah.
It's been over how long now since season 1 ended, and now we
A while.
Season 2.
A while for sure.
And you've only watched the first 2 episodes?
Only 2 episodes. Listen, how dare you shame me? I will watch it in due time.
Oh no!
In due time, sir.
No. By all means, you gotta milk it for as long as it lasts.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't know when season 3 is gonna come out.
That's right. That's right.
So.
But to answer your question, yeah, I would imagine you just upgrade his hardware. But can he get close to Saitama? That's a good question. I don't know about that. Here's why. He can't work out. Right? Isn't that the ultimate answer for Genos? Genos doesn't work out, he just gets upgrades and hardware. And the key to becoming the strongest hero is to work out. So, guess not.
There are limits.
Sorry, Genos.
We got another question over there. There you go.
Hi. You said that you play Overwatch and that you're very competitive. What's your comp score?
What's my comp score?
Yeah.
I got my highest score was very frustrating. It was 2,999.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah,
It's so hard
yeah. So I was 1 point away from being diamond.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks. It'll never happen.
Got a question right here.
Okay, so I just wanted to ask you, how was it, doing the support conversations and Fire Emblem Warriors?
In Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah.
How was that? Who did I play in Warriors? I always forget. Listen, guys, I'm in Fire Emblem. I am Leo. I am Caden. I am Forrest. I am Gordon, and I am Gray.
How many is that?
There's 5 characters.
You have 5 characters.
5 characters. They'll never call me back for another character in that franchise. It's great. You know what was fun about that game? I can never keep track of which ones I did what in. But what's fun is they capitalized on the tomato thing. For Leo, one of my characters, Leo, he loves tomatoes. He's obsessed with tomatoes. But that was like one line in a game. And then they made it like a giant thing, like in the swimsuit game, he's wearing tomato swimsuit. Yeah, they really made a big deal out of that. But it was super fun. I had a great time.
All right, we got any more questions? There you go, question right there.
Hey!
Hey, my name's Ethan. And,
What's up, Ethan?
I was wondering, you said you're playing through Persona 5 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see yourself, whenever you're seeing Ryuji talk, do you see yourself talking, or do you see the actual character?
Ryuji's on another level, man. He's something else. I can see parts of myself in the characters that I do, but each character has a very distinct personality, I think. And Ryuji's definitely, when I hear him talking, it's very distinctly Ryuji. Yeah.
Okay, we got another question over here.
Hello, my
Hello.
name is Corbin.
What's up, dude?
I was wondering if, when is the next season coming out on Netflix?
Next season of which show?
One Punch Man, sorry.
Oh, of One Punch Man. Well, hi, King. There's a King in the back there. Hi, King. Hi. Do you love Tien as much as me? He doesn't know. That's fine.
If you can't say, you can't say.
No, I can't say. That's right. I was trying to remember the question, which was season 2.
Yeah.
I don't know when season 2 is going to be on Netflix. Season 1 isn't even on Netflix in English. So, but it's on Hulu.
Wow.
But I don't know when the English is going to come out, if that's your question. And season 3, well, they don't tell me a darn thing.
What is that like, by the way, as we get to our next question? What is that like for you when you can't talk about stuff, you know, and then you can tell it's.
I mean, it sucks.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's two things that go on. One is I can't talk about stuff because I'm always under NDA,
Yeah.
which has non-disclosure
which
agreement.
is legal. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. Yeah.
Nothing I can do about it. Two, I forgot to. I don't remember what I was gonna say.
All right, well, that's
My
okay.
brain is
'cause
getting
we're
fried.
running out of time. We got time for about 2 more questions.
Okay.
So, the young lady right there in the front.
Hello.
I'm Laura.
Nice to meet you, Laura.
Out of all the seasons of Bongo Stray Dogs,
Mhm.
which one do you like?
Which one do I like of
I like
all the
season 3.
seasons of Bungo Stray Dogs?
Bongo.
Bungo. You say bungo. Oh, wow. Bungo. So I think my favorite season is, I mean, my favorite season has to be the first one, just because it's setting everything up. I'm trying to think of like my favorite fight in that. I do enjoy when he turns into a tiger. Anytime he turns into that tiger, that's my favorite.
Awesome. We got time for one more.
One more.
question.
Okay, let's do it.
Saitama versus Goku. What's your
Saitama.
All day.
Hands down.
That's it. All right, Max Mittleman. Hey, you've said it all, man.
Thank you
so
guys.
much.
I will be signing. I've got a table in Hall. Sorry, that was super loud. I was trying to make a joke and then it
Were you sure
backfired.
you weren't beatboxing again?
No, I'm not going to beatbox again. No, but I'll be signing at my table all weekend, so come say hi.
Thanks, man.
Sweet. Thank you, guys.